Today we will be discussing about we'll decode what is actually pranayam. Most people think pranayam is just breathing. Yeah, it is breathing is a part of that, but what is pranayam? Can anybody tell? Shailajaji, you tell us. What exactly is pranayam?
On the spot.
And what is the difference between breathing and pranayam?
So actually, for me, it's more of breathing because that is what I have learned. Prior pranayama is
Exactly.
like
That is
inhale.
the biggest, that is Sujnaji will tell that this is the biggest uh, black hole.
Misconception.
People don't know what pranayam is.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll talk about that and how pranayam and of course breathing also is good, but if we are not doing the pranayam, we are not getting the best benefit out of it. We are leaving 90% benefit out because we are not doing the right thing. So let's talk about that today. So I will just entire screen. Now I am becoming pro now. See, can you see that?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How
We
you
see
want?
Yes.
your, yes, now it's good. Yeah.
So I
Yes.
become pro now, right?
Oh, yes, you are.
So the neuroscience series number 3, as he said, we will be decoding what is pranayam in a neuroscientific way. Okay, pranayam is a life force breathing, not just ordinary breathing. Life force, which means that the process of pranpratistha. Pranpratistha, when we are born, we were Swaspratistith, which means we were we just breathe in and out, breathe in and out, just to survive. But our body is not Pranpratishthit yet. We have not become a deity yet. So whenever there is a deity, like say for instance, this is a big stone which was brought in Ayodhya or in Bangalore for making a carving out of the statue of Ramlala, right? In after that, this Ramlala got made from this kind of big stone, like this stone. Let me see. From this stone, this was carved, and this was the kind of a beautiful Ramlala statue that was an idol is what. Now this idol and statue is a different than the deity. Not all idols get worshipped, but deity does get worshipped. In Tirupati, uh, the god over there is worshipped, right? But not all of the gods are worshipped like him, right? Because why he is consecrated, which means he is Pranpratishthit. What is Pranpratishta mean actually? Anybody who is, this is Pranpratishta of Ramlala, right? Now this, and people have said that this particular one compared to this one and this one was much different. Even the one who made the idol, he felt that there is a sudden difference happened. What was that difference? That deity has become the idol has become consecrated or pran pratisthit to become a deity. Okay, so normally what we do, this is our embryonic development, or from fertilization to zygote to four cell stage to morula to blastocyst embryo. These are the different stages in our human development, embryo development, right? Now this is the moment this baby is born, he cries, and that's the first time he breathes, right? That is shwas means breath, pratishthit means breath. I don't know. Pratishthit would be what would be the best word for that?
Install? Installation. Is it?
Ha, sort of,
Install.
sort of. Breath installation, let's say. Okay. Now, this is the baby, and he is an adult who is also the same. He is just doing exactly what this baby is doing. Baby is not doing much. he's breathing in and out, right? Adult is also doing breathing in and out. If the elderly also is doing Swaspratistith elderly, and this fellow finally lands up into the grave. He never knew what Pranpratistha was, and that is the reason when there is a small lacuna or something, a big, not a, it's a gap between Vedanta Upanishadic teachings and our real experience. Upanishadic teaching says that Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, right? But I don't feel Brahmasmi like. I still feel like I am a body. I am the body. Not that I have a body, but I am the body. That is why, because we are still like looking as if like a stone. We cannot respect ourselves enough, or we cannot. This is Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to offer flower on his head. He was worshipping himself. Why? Because he was Pranpratistith. So if we do not get Pranpratistith, then we have lost our life. We have lost our life. It keep repeating over and over and over and over from I don't know how million years, tens and millions of years. We keep repeating the same Shwas Pratistha. Never knew what Pran Pratistha was, and until unless we have the Pran Pratistha going on, we cannot even experience or even say. Forget about if somebody has read Bhagavad, uh, your Upanishads, Vedant, and all that stuff. At least he has that language come from the mouth. Oh, the Upanishad statement says that thou art, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. All these things are going on. But at least you say it, but we have never experienced it. Why? Because we are not pranpatisth. How do you get pranpatisth? By pranayam, not shvasayam. Shvasayam is for shwas pratistha, and pranayam is for pran pratistha. Now, let's say, now I'm giving an example of inhale, our just normal breathing, okay? When the lung empty, you inhale deeply, right? And then you exhale. This is this is simple inhaling and exhaling. Nothing different. This is simple, nothing unawareful. It does not require any of our awareness in this. At night also we can breathe in and out, and it does not require our awareness. So awareful breathing is what these great masters have been talking about, and we have not understood what that awareful breathing is. Awareful breathing means when the lung is empty, you inhale. After the its lung is full, when your lung is full, you hold your breath. That is called kumbhak, right? And then you exhale, and then you have another exhale means empty lungs, and then you this is Bahy Kumbhak. So this awareness of inhalation, inner Kumbhak, exhalation, and Bahy Kumbhak, this is what is pranayam. Pranayam is awareful breathing, and in the breath cycle there are four stages. One is inhalation, deep inhalation. Another one is hold after the lung is full. Then hold for how long, depending on your capacity. Some people can hold 4 seconds, some people can 8 seconds, some 20 seconds, some 40 seconds. It depends on how much practice you have done. Okay, so when you so the first stage is inhalation, second stage is lungs full and hold. Then third stage is exhale, and then the fourth is hold. And then only you this whole area of hold is the doorway to unmanifest consciousness. And once you get a glimpse of that, when you peep into that unmanifest consciousness, you will understand what you are truly, and that is called Pranpratistith. Okay, how do you begin with this? Ujjayi Pranayam. Last time I discussed how Ujjayi Pranayam is so important. I just gave you a little glimpse of it, not necessarily the entire detail of it. So I just told you what Ujjayi means, just a little constricted throat breathing. Ujjayi basically is called oceanic breathing. Like if you stand near the ocean shore in Kanyakumari or any other place where you in Ireland also, or in Pacific Ocean close to it, you'll hear the sound of wave going and out, in and out. It crashes the shore, and then again goes back. So that particular sound is called Ujjayi, right? The oceanic breathing. Now I'll tell you, when you do the oceanic, the constricted throat breathing, this portion, right? This portion, this is the one which gets constricted, really, actually, this portion, right? When it constricted, now this particular place, Sujna will tell me exactly how that this is correct or not. This is a pons area, this is a medulla oblongata area. Okay. Now, in this region, which is expanded here nicely, clearly demarcated in a nice diagram, there are some respiratory centers. And this whole red area is called Agya Chakra, basically. Small nuclei means cluster of neurons are there, neurons and all that. So that's why they call it Agya Chakra. Why Agya Chakra? Agya is like the one who follows commands or who commands. The one that particular nerve plexus or the cluster of nerve cells, they command the entire body physiology. That's why they call it Agya Chakra. Agya is command, right? I give you the Agya, I give you the command. That's what it is. So now this particular thing is looking towards you. Like if you are looking from the computer screen, your computer screen towards me, this is how it will look like. This is a ventral respiratory group, this is a central chemoreceptor, and this is dorsal receptor. These are the right three different set of pairs of respiratory group uh, 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 receptors actually. Okay. Now there is another one, apneustic center and pneumatic. This is in the pons area and this is in the medulla oblongata. Now these guys are the maximum. These are the when you do Ujjayi breathing, they get mechanically activated. Although they active normally, if suppose if you don't do Ujjayi breathing, just normal breathing, then it will be activated by bicarbonate ions, and there is a whole lot of physiology going on there. I'm not going to discuss that too much. It will be too complicated for everybody except Sujna. So these are the different receptor groups which get activated by the mechanical activation by just constricted breathing. I'll tell you why. When you're breathing in like this constricted, there is a portion of this which is having a faster high velocity air going in. That high velocity air creates a pressure differential here, and that pressure differential is what activates these guys. If you know Bernoulli's principle, wherever there is a high pressure there is less velocity, or wherever there is a high velocity there is low pressure. So low pressure velocity, every time in and out, this portion gets activated, mechanical activation. Okay. Now, when these guys are these are different centers, respiratory centers, which control different pranas, right? These pranas are coming from this particular region, reaches out to this part of the brain, and this is the major brain areas which control prana, apan, vyan, and saman. Now, don't get not in our scriptures or in our literature, Sanatan Sanskriti literature, these things are considered as what? These are the different nomenclature. In Western science, the same thing has a different, they are called physiological functions. Okay, so don't get, when somebody says prana, pan, vyan, saman, udan, that that is basically physiological functions. Okay.
So these are the control centers of the Panchamanas, right?
Yes, yes. So these are the receptor. Now, I'll tell. One second. Hold on to that thought, and I'll come back. Right, because the slides are arranged in a different manner. Say, the Sanskrit word Vayu translate to wind. Right. So wind is what? Air. Right. Fast. So Vayu is wind, and Hanumanji is, who is Hanumanji? Wind god, son of wind god, Pavana Putra. Right? So wind and the root is va. So that which flows, thus Vayu is the energetic force that moves in a specific direction to control bodily functions and activities. Now, control bodily function and activity is nothing but physiological functions. Okay. Now, these are the things. So when these are the different receptor, I'll first let me get back to you that this one, right? These are, this is a partial list of, because it will become too crowded here, I just put some partial list here. When you have these guys activated, right, over here in medulla oblongata, this sends a nerve, there is a connection of the nerve which get activated after the mechanical activation of this receptor, and it reaches to this region, let's say over here, right? This is just one we are talking about. If I draw five of them, it will be like, oh gosh, come on, how do you figure it out? You'll need six colors to do that. Anyway, so the thing is, all these receptor types are okay. All these receptor types have a connection in the brain from here all the way up here. And these are the five physiological functions. What are the physiological functions? Temperature control, water balance, eating behavior, which means digestive, urinary bladder control, secondary respiratory control, blood pressure, immune regulation, neuroimmune regulation also. So breath being the same common denominator, those receptor in that part of your throat, back behind your throat, right there between the neck and the throat, there is this particular area, medulla oblongata area, and this receptor gets activated. If there is breath being the same, if the receptors are of pranvayu receptor, then the receptor activation will be controlling the respiratory function. If we activate the Vyanavayu receptors, then that will be activating the circulatory control, which means cardiovascular system, right? Circulatory. Udan Vayu receptors will will activate neuroimmune control. Neuroimmune, always it is never neuro, or it is never immune. It is neuroimmune. Always they are so tightly linked to each other. That's why whenever we are under stress, then what happens, or fear or any negative emotion happens, that the first challenge is, it compromises the immune system. The very first target is immune, and then the neuro means brain get busted eventually. So this is so critical, that is so important. Upon value receptor will activate the excretory. Now excretory also has function in temperature control also of body temperature control. Okay. And Saman Vayu receptors means digestive. So these are the five major physiological function, and this is exactly what Ujjayi Pranayam makes happen. And once, so when you are in complete one breath properly taken, one pranayam, one cycle of pranayam, which means inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Being aware of these four aspects in a breathing cycle is the pranayam. One pran gets converted into pancha pran. Remember. And what is the pancha pran? Five physiological function. Even though even though breathing appears as one, but eventually when it goes into the in our system, it becomes five. Right? This is what it is. Ek mukhi Hanumanji, one faced Hanumanji becomes five faced Hanumanji when it goes inside a system. Why? Via proper breathing, pranayam. Only in pranayam, one one mukhi Hanumanji, one faced Hanumanji become five faced Hanumanji. What is this five faced Hanumanji? This is the way these these great creative authors, creative scientists in our Sanatan culture, they have this way of depicting it. So when one Hanumanji become five Hanumanji means five physiological function, right? That's why they say when you nase roga hare sab pira japata nirantar hanumat bira. The one who chants Hanuman Chalisa. Japat nirantar means one who is aware of the breath. Nirantar means all the time aware of his breath. Then that fellow will never have any disease in this world. Why? Because see, major diseases are, Sujna will tell, the major diseases are only on the five physiological function. Either there is a respiratory problem or circulatory problem or neuroimmune problem or excretory or digestive. There is nothing else beyond it, right? Maybe little bit here and there, like sore throat. that, that I have laryngitis, but still that is a respiratory situation. That's there.
That's the
That's where,
respiratory.
yeah. And you know what? So that is exactly what it is. So if you are doing the proper breathing with Ujjayi breathing, and when you are doing Ujjayi breathing and being aware of the thing, inhale, inner kumbhak, exhale, outer kumbhak, and again the same cycle repeat again, then you will never have any abnormalities, disease, nothing. Right? That's all. Now summary of the benefit of inhalation and hold. When you inhale and hold, what happens? See, 21% of the inhaled air is oxygen, right? With normal breathing, we exhale 16% of the oxygen. Only 5% is taken up. That 5% is not enough to run the body. So we breathe more. So we breathe 16 times per minute. That decreases our lifespan. Why? Compare a dog. If you have a dog somewhere in your home, that fellow breathes like 40, 50 breaths a minute. How long he lives? 12, 15 years maximum. He has consumed all the breath that is given to him. Everybody gets the same breath. Some don't know how to breathe properly, so they consume it. Their quota and their bank balance of breath balance is gone. Tortoise, on the other hand, lives longer. So when we inhale and hold for 4 seconds, more oxygen carbon dioxide exchange happens. So our breathing becomes 4 breaths per minute, which increases our lifespan. Say for instance, if you inhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, and again hold 4 seconds. 16, right? Let's say 15 plus minus. Let's say 15 in 15 seconds you are breathing one cycle, only one breath. So 60 minutes means 4 breaths. Compared to 16 times per minute, you are only breathing 4 breaths per minute. Who is going to live longer? You tell me. I mean, this is maths, as simple arithmetic. Anyway, so the summary of the benefit of exhalation on hold. This slide can be expanded in big time by giving scientific papers. We can discuss the whole thing some other time, but suffice to say that when you exhale and hold, what it causes a transient hypoxia, which means transient increase in the blood carbon dioxide level. This triggers this triggers our whole system. It activates the hematopoietic stem cell niche. Hematopoietic stem cell niche inside the bone marrow. There are this hematopoietic means blood making cells, stem cells. Those stem cells which make all the blood cells. That is this. And what are the blood cells? RBC, WBC, mast cells, immune cell, natural killer cell. I mean, you name it. 21 different types are there. So then second thing is it promotes neuroplasticity and neurogenesis. If you transient hypoxia increases neuroplasticity, it means that let's say you had a stroke from whatever the reason. If you do exhale and hold, it will create neuroplasticity. Means the area which got destroyed because of stroke will have the adjacent area taken, it take over its function. And not only that, it increases neurogenesis, means that connection between new neurons will happen. Right now, this is exactly how neuroprotection in Alzheimer's disease happen. If somebody does pranayam, I have not seen a single human being who does pranayam suffer from Alzheimer. Period. This is how you prevent Alzheimer from happening. I want no our Bharatiya people to suffer from this. If we suffer from Alzheimer, it is our fault because we are not using our own knowledge to our own advantage. Please, please spread this news. Do proper pranayam. Sujna is going to teach everybody pranayam, how to do pranayam because she is learning from the best in the world. Promote chondrogenesis. How many people at the old age fall? Because their bone is brittle. No, we cannot afford to fall. Because once you fall, you are done. Five years, maximum 5 years they will live. After that they'll die. I'm sorry to say, I have to say, tell the straight and forward. Once you fall, you have a hip bone fracture, hip replacement. Once hip replace that hip, the jerk on the hip and the spinal cord messes up the brain wiring, and that is exactly this fall is causing Alzheimer's and dementia. Cardiomyocytes, new heart muscle formation. Let's say some heart infarct happened somewhere somehow. Do this, it will take it over. It takes over all the new. It will make new cardiomyocytes. Mean new heart muscles can form. It forms liver. This is a slide. You can I can talk 1 3 hours on this slide.